Yo, what up, bros? So, Sanctum. This league has been out of this world. I've had some of the most fun playing with my friends and you guys and hanging out that I can't even find the words to describe how good Sanctum has been. It's been wonderful. It's been awesome. I've been able to run my blights. I can blight my blights cheap. I can just do blight all day. I've been making a ton of money doing blight. Blight has been great. Blight has been wonderful. Blight has been life. I even like re-rolled off my Journals Cry guy to have a better blighter so that I can do blights faster. And we'll talk about that. But first, how are you? Happy weekend. I hope you're doing your blights. I hope you're here to learn about blights. Because today I'm going to give you a foolproof plan, which if it should go work well, disclaimer might not, but maybe will work that you'll never lose a blight map again and you won't bother selling them at 3C. Because they're not worth running, so you should sell them because nobody's gonna buy them except me, and I'll take the brunt of the economy. So if you have blight maps, you bring them to my Discord. There's a link. A bunch of people in the Discord will take the fall for the economy. We'll buy all your blight maps. Don't run them ever. They're not profitable. Don't do it. Just sell them to me and only me, or my community, or the trade site, or other locations where you can sell blight maps. But if you want to learn how to run your blight maps and you want to get started running your blight maps and you too would like to make a ton of easy currency, a ton of easy profit, fill out your little tab with currencies and get like really random, I don't even know what these are. We're just going to sell these really quick. But I will teach you a foolproof plan on how to do this. Now, knock on wood, there are disclaimers. Sometimes you'll lose a map. Sometimes mob will run past your towers. Sometimes the pump will just explode. Sometimes you'll just fail. And sometimes it just happens. So this is like a 99.9% success rate. A couple of things that are mandatory before we start. We're going to enchant our rings. The first ring we're going to do, doesn't matter what your ring is, we're going to put a silver oil and an opalescent oil. We're going to put chilling towers on it. What we're going to do is we're going to do the trifecta of towers. We're going to specialize in chilling, stun, empower, and meteor. And that's it. We're going to put chilling tower because we want our chilling towers to freeze everything. In our other tower, we're going to put burning ground. So just to backtrack 1 second, the first one is silver opalescent. And then when we do our second tower, or our second ring Annoint, we're going to do violet indigo. And this is for Meteor Towers. Meteor Tower as a ring enchant is very important. It's very special. It's very powerful. While mobs are immune to tower types, yes, this tower type says that it leaves burning ground on the floor. And the burning ground isn't affected by immunity of the monster, so the tower fires when the mob is. The mob takes no damage from the meteor fall. The burning ground on the floor lets it burn and deal a bunch of damage. The mob stands in the thing. The mob dies. The mob's frozen and stunned. Pretty simple, pretty great. Originally, on the Atlas tree, we had a node called epidemiology, which would scale our oils, which would scale the quant. That is no longer a thing. Blights are still really strong. Blights are still really good. The removal of epidemiology changes a lot of things, but it makes it so that we don't have to spec in and out of our Atlas tree. We can be bored and run blights. We can grab a bunch of blight maps for 4 to 5C a piece, whatever they're at right now. They're so freaking cheap. I don't know what the heck is going on, but yo, seriously, like just keep them that cheap for like the remainder of the game's lifetime. But I don't know if it's worth putting crimson oils or azure oils anymore because of the epidemiology node change. I've been testing a few things lately as I run my blight maps. I'm going to find me a tier 16. I've been putting triple amber oil. Amber oil reduces the cost of the building and upgrading the towers by 60%. This is what allowed me to run blight maps like 11 hours into the league. Some of you guys who blitzed the Atlas on day one and made it to red maps really quick, put up a bunch of red tier blight maps. I bought them in my early 70s, and on VOD, if the Twitch VOD is still there, for day one of Sanctum, you'll know I started running blight maps immediately, under-leveled, under-geared, and it's how I farmed all my money. And this today is to show you that your build doesn't matter, your gear doesn't matter, nothing matters as long as you follow the trifecta of steps that will be laid out before you to clear the map. Now, as you get better with your character, you might not want to do triple ambers. I'm up to the point where I do triple teals on this character. This character has enough gear and does enough ignite vortex damage to literally let me just blast maps and not really worried about towers. But if you're not there yet and you're newer to Blight, or you just want to be lazy, or you want to watch a movie and not think, this is the strategy for you. I do this majority of the time so that I can like play Roblox with my kid, or I can like watch a movie, or I can have dinner in Blight, or I can like play with the cat in Blight. Like this is like the strategy, or I can like stream and talk to Twitch chat and Blight, and like this is great. So my go-to and my recommendation is triple amber. A lot of you guys watching this video might have a different suggestion. If you know that Crimson works or you know that Azure works, please leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear about the oil suggestions that you guys are doing and how you're doing it, because for 3C a piece and people are buying the Crimson oils in bulk, like I've just been selling them nonstop at 3C. I don't have them listed right now as I don't want to be D&D'd throughout this entire, I just don't want to be like whispered or like have people try to buy these throughout the entire thing. But I've been selling Crimsons at 3, Blacks at 3, Opalescence between 5 and 7, depending on the time of day. Silvers have been at roughly like 12 to 14. Golds have been ranging between 35 and 40. Crimsons between 20 and 40. All depends on the market and the time of day. There's a lot of money to be made in oils. I convert everything up to Crimson. I don't convert past Crimson. If one of my friends needs a gold, I'll convert my silvers just to help them out so they don't have to go to the trade site. But I do not recommend upgrading your oils past Crimson. Crimson will sell at 3. I don't care what the trade site says. Put it at 3, it'll sell. Black, I don't care what the trade site says. Put it at 3, it'll sell. Just trust, it'll sell. So now that we've put our amber oils on our map, we're going to take 13 or better, tier 13 or better. We're going to quant it all the way up. We're going to alk it. We don't care what's on it. There's a lot of stuff on it. We don't care. We're going to valid every single time. We take 13 or higher because 13 is the minimum tier that gold oil can drop. Our goal is to hit gold. Gold is a lot of money. Gold is great. Gold is good. Anything below 13 can the highest oil that can drop is silver. Silver's still really good. Silver's still really expensive. It's really good. But with this strategy, it doesn't matter where you are. You could just do this and just get gold. So if you go buy 13 or better, you should absolutely do it. We alk, chisel, and corrupt. We corrupt every single map because we rely on the towers, so we don't care what the mods are on the map because towers take care of everything. The corruption on the map is to drop the tainted oils. It's the only way the tainted oils can drop. Any tier map, as long as it's corrupted, can drop tainted oils. So what I'll do for 2 maps now is I'll start the event and I'll walk you through what I'm doing. We're going to focus on building towers. We're going to build chilling, freezing, chilling to tier 3. We're going to build seismic to tier 3 and empower to tier 3, and then just a bunch of meteor towers. So we see the lane spawning, and we're just going to follow the lane to kind of get an idea of where it goes. We see the lane right now on our mini map is gray. It is not on. And we see this nice little cluster of towers. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a seismic. I'm going to build a chilling. I'm going to build a meteor tower. And I'm going to start the event. I'm going to tier this to 3. We never go higher than 3. I'm going to tier this to 3. We never go higher than 3. And this goes to 4. It is very important that these never go past 3. 3 is the, like, do not pass go, do not collect $200, leave it there. I see that the lane curves like this towards my pump, and I'm going to build a tower here. I'm going to build a tower here, and I'm going to build another chilling tower here. Now, because our towers cost so little, we can build a ton of towers. So right here is a nice little choke point. So we're going to build a seismic, a freeze, a meteor, and then up here, we're going to build 2 more meteors. And then in theory, this whole section, like this section right here, we should not need to worry about it. We'll have to come back and finish this off. Now, something very important to know. If I go all the way down here, away from my pump, my towers up north will stop working. I'm also going to take Vortex off left click so you guys can see that I do it without an attack skill. So we have to stay within, like, for these to work, we need to be roughly about here with our character. So you're going to say to me, well, what about the bottom towers? Well, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to build a bunch of towers. We're going to hope that we didn't, like, spend too much time messing around. And then we're just going to come back up here. I'm going to kill this guy. I don't want him to leak. Same thing with these. I spent too much time talking up north. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. The meteor tower did its job. Normally, I wouldn't spend this much time talking and paying attention. Deaths will happen. You're undergeared. You have nothing. We're not trying to kill the mobs. We're just trying to stop the mobs. We're just going to build a bunch of towers on here. We're going to come back up north to make sure our towers are still working. Everything up there looks to be stunned. Build a tower here. And this is just the general gist of what we're doing. We're going to build another stun tower there. Finish off these meteor towers. Pray those mobs don't kill us. Come back up here and just kind of chill. We want to stay roughly here. So the towers up there we see are working. Those mobs aren't moving. The towers down here are working. Those mobs aren't moving. And we got really lucky and a bunch of towers spawned right here. So now what we could do is we could just do the same thing again. We could just build a bunch of towers. Actually, we're going to put in a power tower here because it hits a bunch of things. And then we just build our towers. We should have built another tower down there just for damage, but we'll get there. Go take a peek at these up here. These are doing great. Those mobs aren't moving. These down here are doing really good. These mobs aren't moving. We can now finish off this meteor tower. We can put that to 3. We can upgrade this to 3. We can upgrade this to 3. Upgrade this chilling tower because we have some tower juice. Upgrade these. I don't know what this red line is, but that's something else. And now we're pretty much, this map is pretty much done. Building a power tower here. We'll build a freezing tower here. And we're just reinforcing our choke points at this point. So like everything's pretty much locked down. So we're just going to build some towers and reinforce all of our choke points. We have a bunch of tower juice. There's no reason to worry about anything. There's no reason to do anything. And we just build some damage towers. This mob right here, resistance to physical towers. That guy is going to be your worst nightmare. And that's what I meant earlier. Some mobs just don't care. And how do you deal with this? You run in front of them and kind of do one of these where you're like, please don't hit me, please don't hit me, please don't hit me. Because sometimes there's just nothing you can do. A good tip that I've been given is if you build some scout towers at the pump. So these towers right here, you could build some scout towers. They're really good at catching stragglers that run out of the meteor towers. And I mean, like, it doesn't have to just be meteor. Meteor's the easiest way. You don't have to worry about the resistances of the mobs. You don't have to worry about anything. Like, a bunch of these lanes all have, like, resistant to scout towers. This guy's got resistant to lightning. None of these are resistant to fire. None of these are resistant to cold. And that's it. Dude, it's so simple, man. I know, I say it's simple. I shouldn't say it's simple. I've been doing these for many leagues. These are pretty much all second nature to me. But I promise that if you give it a whirl, you anoint your rings, which is pretty mandatory, and you do your amber oils, and you don't worry about oils for profit or oils for speed, and you just build a ton of towers and just like chill at the pump. Like you've noticed, like in terms of the mini map, I haven't gone past this line right here on the mini map, and I haven't gone past this line right here. I chill in an equally distant section from all of the towers, about a screen and a half. And that's it. That's a Blight map. It's that simple. And then here come all the rewards. Now you'll notice that lanes are starting to gray out again. Those are the lanes that are done. And you'll be able to like figure out where there are mobs that are stragglers so you can go handle them. So you see this lane's still on, this lane's still on, the mobs are coming, those mobs are still coming, and these mobs are still coming. Now, until the event is over, if these mobs reach the pump, you will not get the rewards from the pump explosion. So it is very vital that you either A, go find these mobs that are lingering, or B, wait for them to come to you. So I'll just go to these guys right here and I'll just kill them. Normally what you could do too is you could just go to these mobs, build a tower on top of them and not worry about it. Same with these. These guys were just stuck. I don't know what they were doing. All these mobs down here, they're just kind of chilling. Now, a lot of people are going to say, and I know the comments are coming, what's a good build for Blight? What do you like? I rerolled this character. This character is an Ignite Vortex character. I like Ignite a lot for Blight. I think Ignite is really good. I played EK Ignite, and I thought that was very good. I will not tell you what build to play, as I don't know what builds you like. I don't know what builds you enjoy. But what I will tell you is anything can Blight. Anything at all can Blight, and all strategies are good. Anything you want to play is really good. Anything that's a strong mapper will be really good. And like, dude, I just spent 5C in 5 minutes and got all of these fossils and these oils, and I haven't even looted the rest of the map. Like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, like, sometimes, like, I don't want a map and pray I get drops. I'd rather just spend 5 minutes here because I know some of you guys are spending 3 to 5 minutes at a map. So you guys will say, well, these don't look like great profits. I will tell you, this is 3C. These are 1C a piece. This is 4. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's 19C. Not including all these scarabs I'm about to get. Polished Legion, Polished Div, Rusted Ambush, Rusted Blight. Even if we looked at these at 1C a piece, hypothetically, which we know they're not, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these essences, a remnant, Like, it's all money. And a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, how do you make your money? What are you doing, Blight? Well, if you want, you can look through all of these. They're all eye level 83. I look at all my amulets. I think some of the amulets could be really, really good. I found a lot of plus to skills, plus to all spell skill gems amulets that have sold for like a lot. It takes like 1 second to just identify them. I know not everybody's a big fan, but this early in the league, it's pretty good to look at some of this stuff. Also, if you need bases for crafting, this is a really good way to craft. Now, another really cool thing is while doing this, sometimes you may encounter Blight Ravage maps, and those follow a very similar strategy on how to clear and how to do. I'll make another video very soon talking about Blight Ravage maps and the do's and don'ts for those. But if you do find a Blight Ravage map and want to try it in the meantime, literally just do the exact same thing. Literally just do the exact same thing. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, so-and-so content creator does this and so-and-so content creator does that, and this strategy is more money and that strategy is more money, and I can do a better profit return. You can, it's true. I like this a lot. I find it very fun. I find it very enjoyable, very relaxing. I think it's a good way for me to interact with Twitch chat, a good way to like unwind after a crazy day and just do some blights and chill. It's also really easy to turn on a blight. If I need to stop the event, I just go back to town, the timer stops, the mobs stop moving, and I can go back to town and do what I need to do. Now, I know, like I said, profits. So 1C, 2C, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 37, 41, 44, and that's being conservative, right? This probably sells for more. This probably sells for more. This definitely sells for more. 5 minutes, did nothing, didn't think. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, you got really lucky that one. That one's a good layout. That one's this. That one's that. So what I'm going to do is, instead of looking at a layout, I'm just going to grab another random ass map. So this one. Orchard's actually a really good layout. I don't know. Dunes. Dunes is really wide open. Perfect. We'll do triple amber again. Grab this, throw this here. Alk, Val, Chisel, do all the things. Keep vortex on right click. You'll see when I vortex. Throw this bad boy in. I should have probably looked to see if it was reflect immune so I can like put on my reflect immune stuff. But you know what? No fear. No fear. We just go blight. We believe in the towers. Once again, nice little choke point. Nice little choke point over here. So I'm actually going to build my first set of towers right here. Just to kind of cover my pump a little bit. This meteor tower will reach down here. Those will reach there. And then over here, I'll do the same thing. Oh my God, that tower reaches far. Lads. Look at that. Actually insane. And just like that, we're gonna build a bunch of towers and we're just gonna go back to the pump. We're just gonna chill. Like, we've got our choke points, we got what we need. We'll build another tower here, we'll build another tower here, and this is it. This is it. Just the trifecta of towers. Seismic, once again, never goes past 3. Chilling never goes past 3. You're in for a bad time if you upgrade them. If you upgrade them and you don't know what you did wrong, that's what you did wrong. Meteor. And now we see that there's no lanes back here yet. These haven't spawned in yet, so we can spend a lot of our time working on this. This right here, this whole little like section is probably pretty good. We probably really don't have to worry too much unless, you know, unless things get a little hairy. I'm also going to like put some stuff right here just to be safe. It's a nice little choke point for mobs that are coming up from down here. And, you know, layouts and where to build towers are things that come with time. If you've played a lot of tower defense games in your past, Warcraft 3, Legion TD, Wintertide TD, anything like that, like building towers, looking at a map, figuring it all out, will eventually become second nature. If you lose some maps, it happens. It's all practice, like anything in Path of Exile. And you just kind of go from there. Now, I see this lane spawned and branched out over here. This is a nice little choke point, so I'll set that up in a minute. I don't have to worry about it yet because these lanes aren't on yet. And I know that by looking at the mini-map, and the mini-map is still really grayed out. I'm going to build an Empower Tower here because it's going to hit a lot of towers. You don't need to prioritize Empower Towers. Build them when you can. They're good, but they're not as vital as everything else that you're trying to do. We see this lane literally spawned in next to us right here, so we know we need to cover this choke point. So I'm going to hold off on building this right now. We have this and this, which is covering this side and going to about here. So we're just going to build another freezing tower, another chilling tower, and another meteor tower. There's still no lane behind the pump, which is really good. And this right here is covering these two lanes. So we'll come back over here and build another tower there momentarily. We'll cover this. Looks pretty good. We'll cover that. These are nicely covered. We got a meteor tower there, a meteor tower here. This tower would have been more ideal as an empowering tower to reach the rest of these, but, you know, I just wasn't thinking. So we're just going to build one more tower right here. We're actually going to build an empowering tower. We talked about scout towers earlier. I'll put 2 just to like practice, like, you know, doing that in case of weird stragglers. And now we see the lanes up here are on. So we got a nice little choke point right here. We have a bunch of juice. We'll just get this little choke point set up really, really, really quick. If you notice that your towers are not building, Cassia is not with you. She is the little X on your mini-map. Right here, where my mouse cursor is, there is an X. That is Cassia. If she is somewhere not near you, she will not build towers. So if you see her taking a hike in no man's land, run to Cassia and get her to start following you. It's very rare that it happens. It shouldn't happen often. And she'll just come by and she'll just fix all the towers and take care of everything. But we've got a nice little choke point set up right here. We've got an empower tower empowering everything. All the lanes are going to this little hole. We've got 3 meteor towers. We'll build a 4th one right here. We won't have to worry. We, in theory, should not need to build up here. Maybe we build over here as a secondary choke point, which might not be bad, but we shouldn't really need to go up higher. If you have a lot of tower juice and you don't want to sit still for 50 seconds because, you know, ooh, shiny, I understand, build some more towers. You cannot go wrong building more towers as long as you stay within a screen of the pump. If I go all the way out here into no man's land and I say, oh my God, Trav, why did my map fail? My tower stopped working because I went out into Jim Bob Joe's land 10 million miles that way. I can't help you. Like, don't do that. Just sit your butt down by the pump and chill. Pay attention if you have to until you get the hang of it. Listen for meteors, you know, the little the shh thing from the mob, you know, with the molten shell thing and the thing, and then you hear like the whistle. I can't whistle. Hold on. I can't whistle. But anyways, you know, the little poison thing that just like, you know, just pay attention. You'll be all right. Be all right. But if this was helpful to you and you, oh, shikes, I see what I mean? Pay attention. But if this was helpful to you and you learned a little bit, please let me know. If you've run your blighted maps and you're having a hard time and you're failing them and you want to talk about them, I highly encourage you to come over to my Discord. Give us a rundown of what happened in your blight map. Talk to us. I know it's going to be a little frustrating. Put the emotions to the side. Let's kind of look at it and figure it out. I'd be more than happy to walk through some of the maps with you or like just kind of like engage in conversation because I am convinced with a little bit of practice, literally anybody can do it. Literally anyone. And it's not a gear thing. As you see, I haven't attacked a single time in this entire map. I attacked one time in the last map because I got sidetracked while building towers and talking. But it's super simple, man. And if you want to attack and you want to kill mobs and your character can do it, go for it. But like, I made like roughly 40 C in the last map with triple amber. I'm going to make probably the same amount of currency in this map with triple amber and not really think. I'm going to go attack now because I just want to like end this map. And I see all these lanes are off. I'll come up here to find the last remaining mobs, which are stuck up here for God knows what reason. Hit them with an ignite. Stack decks, lion card, like all pretty good stuff. And keep in mind, a lot of this small bubblegum currency still sells. I don't think any of the helm enchants are going to sell because unless you get them on a really good base. So like, I always feel like those are pretty bad. Cobalt jewels are pretty good because you could corrupt these and try to get Rain of Splinters. I'm pretty sure that's the one. Onyx amulets again. 2 stone rings if you need upgrades. 2 stone rings are probably really good to look at as well. Wait. I thought that was better than it was. And that's it, man. All of your currencies will sell. You'll get a ton of stack decks. You'll get a ton of random ass cards. You'll get a ton of gear that might be good. I've seen a ton, and I mean a ton of synth bases, a ton of fractured bases. Blight Ravage map. This is 15C. If I don't want to run it myself, you should probably learn how to run them. There'll be a video. And then that's it, man. But if you found this video useful and you enjoyed it and you found something out of it or you have questions, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I really appreciate it as it helps the algorithm. And if you want to come by the stream and ask me a bunch of questions, I'll be live. I'm live all weekend. I have a schedule on my Twitch channel, which you can find, and I just kind of love to hear about your experience with Blight. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get this video out to you guys so you can enjoy it, talking as though the video, you're not like already watching the video or anything. But I'll be getting this video out, and then I'll be going live on Twitch. I'll be doing a couple of Blights, and then I got a really, really juicer strategy. Thank you, Jurio, my good friend, for loaning me too many divines to ever openly admit that I borrowed to buy something to do a blighting strategy or mapping. Don't worry about it. Just come by the Twitch stream and take it out, or there'll be a video if you're watching this like super far in the future. But thank you again to everybody who's watched and made it this far in the video. Please don't forget to do all the things that make YouTube love me and love you. And for now, I'll see you guys in the next video. So long, farewell, goodbye!